not a game, it's a rich thing.
Good morning and welcome to Beaman ToysTV. Today I'm going to do an unboxing and review of the Marvels of the Galaxy Volume 2 Gamora. Okay, this is basically the second release of Gamora from the Hot Toys. The first release is actually from the Guardian of Galaxy 1, I assume, which I have it also in my collections, that I'll be doing a comparison between this and that particular ones. So without further ado, let's start talking about these particular figures. First of all, the box, if you look at it, it's a typically Guardians of the Galaxy 2 design of box, where it comes with a cassette player. And for those younger generation who have not heard about this cassette player, basically is something to play certain recordings of music. Okay. Okay, anyway, let's look at the box itself. Of course, first of all, you will have the Gamora's pictures there, but it's more on a cartoon level. I don't think it looks like a real life Gamora's. And then you have pictures of the Guardians of the Galaxy logos at the side, and then the player itself. This looks like a players at the top. Okay, from the side, what you can see is the Guardians of the Galaxy with the spaceship pictures there. So, as per usual, this is the disclaimer, and this is basically the volume button. So, this box, right, actually try to simulate the radio player or the radio cassette player that we have sometimes back. So, overall, this is the extra buttons. You know, if you guys have ever seen a radio cassette player before, this is actually how it looks like typically or conceptually. Okay, let's open the box and see. Wow, it's still hard. It's still pretty tight. Okay, let me just bring it down a little bit. So once you open the box, right, you'll be able to see the people, the cast and crew behind this design. So you will be able to see, Howard Chan name is JC Hong, then his name is there. So this is basically the people behind the scene for this particular figure, and not for the movies. So when people look at this sort of like cast and crew, right, they will thought it's for the movies. It's not. It's basically just for this particular figure. Okay. So once you release this out, here you see this is the figure itself. I need to turn it up a little bit, so for you guys to have a look better. Okay, so what you have over here is actually Groot. Wow, this Groot look quite cute, you know. And then this is the armor shirt. And then this is a black shirt. So I think this one can do more than one type of appearance in terms of clothing. And then this is a blaster gun. This is the blaster gun. This is the long sword, which is also available in the Guardian of the Galaxy 1. And then there's a sword shot, which I kind of like don't recall having to see this. And then of course at the bottom, what we will see is the extra hands. So you'll see there's 3 extra pairs of hands provided with the joint. So without further ado, let's just take this open. Okay, there's nothing below, so it's all here. Carefully remove it. Okay, so we can see much more clearer now what we have inside here. Wow, this Groot is actually pretty nice, you know. The Groot is actually pretty nice. Let me just, instead of holding this, I hold like this. Okay, the Groot is so happen to hold some machines on the hand. Let me just adjust it so that it doesn't look so weird angles. Okay. from certain angle it looks like a birthday cake, but it's not. Let me just have a look closer. So it's like holding like a set of DJ mechanism machines or something. It might be stated in the movie, but I can't recall the storyline of the movies. You know, Hot Toys take really a whole long time to come up with this figure, so I can't remember where I see this in the movie, but it should be appearing in the movie, else they will not make it. This is basically the shirt, so you can actually remove this one or replace with this one. This one is the sort of like nylon feeling kind of shirts. Okay. And then this is the plaster gun, which is new. And then the sword, the long sword, which is actually there. The short sword. Okay, let me just compare the long sword whether it's the same or not. Okay, let me just pull this back straight up a little bit. This is how the long sword look like. Focus. Okay. Against the long sword that I have over here, which is still in place with this Gamora. Let me just see. Yeah, typically it is the same. It's exactly the same, no difference. In terms of all the pattern is all there. So they're just reusing back this particular sword. Okay, let's go back to the box itself. This is the short sword. Oh, I think this is the same sword, but it stimulates that the sword is actually broken. Okay, you can see it's the same. It's just that, you know, the front part of the sword is missing. So it's either it's broken or it haven't been. I think it's been broken. Focus. Okay. And then let me just have a look at this figure itself. Okay, this is the figure itself. Okay, let me just try to get hold of this figure out from the box carefully. Okay. Okay, rather than I put it here, right, let me just put it over there. The first thing I want to really compare, right, is the head sculpt. So here, this is basically Gamora from the older versions. This is basically Gamora. From the new versions. So if you look at the head typically, right, I can see that it's different. So both of it is kind of like different already. So if you guys can see, this one is not so much alike as compared to this one. So this one, right, I think they have improved the head sculpt, which make it look much more better already and much more alike to the actual character. So a shout out to Hot Toys for this. Okay, as far as the shirt is concerned, okay, let me just pull it a little bit back. The costume is concerned, right? It's more dimensional already. It's more dimensional. What I mean by dimensional, that you can see basically different layer of shirts available. You know, there's a white internal one, and then you can actually, oh, this is leather again. There might be some peeling off issues long term. Same goes to the pant. Oh my god, okay, this is something scary. Same goes to this part. This is all sort of like leather. And then same goes to here. Wow, I think this one, right, will have a lot of flicking issue in the future. So same goes to here. So one thing about Hot Toys is the figures, right, which come with this kind of components must be maintained for a longer terms of usability. And of course, it's not about only maintenance. It's about where you put your figure, how you put your figure, under what kind of condition, in terms of the temperatures, in terms of the sunlight direct exposure, and instead of is also including the moisturizing stage or level of your home. So I just received sort of like comment from one of my collector friend, Mr. Galvin. He told me that hey, he actually really just renovated his man cave. Once he put his figure in, right, he can feel the moisture in the figure itself. So that basically contribute to the issue. So what you need to do is you need to add things like carbons or things that will actually help to reduce those kind of issue, which I did in my room. In my previous video, I did show it to you guys. So so overall, back to the figures itself, the figure is pretty nice, pretty good to look at, and the head sculpt is very much accurate. The only issue with this particular figure is the costume, which I believe in long terms wise, right, it might be having some problems because of the leather. And my god, this lady have a lot of leather. So after that, anything else, I will just keep you guys updated on these particular figures, because I'm actually rushing off to do something. So having to say so, if you like our channel, do subscribe to our channels, and have a good day. Bye.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.